the Maclean Brothers. These gents rowed across the Atlantic. It's about 3,000 miles, that's right, isn't it?
That was the very creative name that we came up with, Bruce.
It's brilliant, though.
Bro and Or. It was just inspired.
What we realised, Bruce, was the first kind of question you get when you tell someone, oh yeah, we've got this plan to row across the Atlantic, is, have you ever rowed before? What's your rowing experience?
Yeah.
And like, our response to that would be, well, we've never rowed before.
The actual rowing seems like the most daunting aspect, but actually it's the simplest thing. Once you've got all the stuff to get to the start line, you just got to row and get across. Minutes before us setting off from the start line went up, we actually forgot to bring toilet paper, so we had to go up to the shop to get the bog roll, and thankfully he came back with 4 rolls. He also came back with a huge unripened mango.
I think, Bruce, that just explains my my kind of frame of mind just before we left. 4 rolls and a mango, let's go.
We kept the mango in the bilges and then had it on Christmas Day, and it was the best mango any of us had ever had in our lives.
From now on, this year, we had
mango
on Christmas Day, so I think that's going to be like a family tradition from now on.
Definitely, yeah. In a couple of generations' time, someone in your family will be like, why do we have mango on a Christmas Day?
We left during the day. We left at about midday. Rode off into the sunset. Everything seemed good. We were, so excited to have started. Yeah. Relieved to have started just because of the stress and the, you're at the start line for 10 days doing work to the boat, and so it's kind of builds up to the point, and then you set off, and it's just huge relief, and let's go, let's do our best. And then night sort of descended, and it was pretty big conditions for the start of a race. So big waves, 20, 30 feet, and night descended, and Ewan and I started feeling pretty seasick. Lachlan was on the oars. We were meant to go into the cabins to rest, but as soon as you step foot inside these little cabins that are essentially like little pods either end of the boat, you just feel sick instantly.
Auto helm locks out, and there's waves like crashing over the boat. You're drenched, and you're just like, this is literally the worst thing I've ever done. And then fast forward 2 hours, and the sun comes over the horizon. The wind moves off the beam, and you're surfing down a wave, and it's like, this is the best thing ever. So it's like, I think it's that contrast. I thought that some of the night shifts were actually just totally quiet, and that the closest person to you are people in space.
Talking of marine life, sharks, because you have to clean the boat. You've got to get in the water and clean the hull of the boat.
It totally puts the fear into you, honestly.
We saw this shark approaching the boat, and you couldn't see the shark, but you could see the disturbance it was causing in the plankton. And you're fine in the boat, but like in a few days' time, you're going to have to get in the water and give that hull a good scrub. Death by flying fish.
It can be quite big as well, honestly. They can be about this size.
Genuinely like a big mackerel going at about 50 miles an hour, like a bullet. So, it would be some way to go.
Can you imagine if you'd run across the Atlantic, got halfway, and then get taken out by a
flying fish?
Strategy in ocean rowing, generally speaking, is to put on as much weight as you can before you leave, because you'll lose a lot when you're at sea.
Well, I've been in training for about 20 years then. Yeah.
Although we were supposedly eating the same food,
and supposedly doing the same rowing.
Jamie miraculously only lost 1 kilo. There's kind of like a couple of other bits of information you should know about. Jamie was in charge of our food, but he was also in charge of our snacks. Actually, Ewan and I, we didn't actually know where the snacks were until about 10 days.
That's not true.
That is absolutely true.
I was far more efficient at digesting food. I refueled more efficiently, and I had better rowing technique, it would appear.
And that's your story, and you are sticking to it.